Hello YouTube, this is Ahi. So this week's tutorial is how to do a basic mix on a very basic song that has drums, bass, rhythm and lead element. I have a song that I have titled The Most Annoying Song in the World, and you'll hear that it's very annoying. So that I can hear myself over the music, I'll route them all to the music group where I have just L2 to make it quieter, and then I have a frequency analyzer. Okay, so this is the volume that we will work with. What I will start with is that I'll check each element. Here's the drums. Okay, and here's the bass. Here's the organ. Here's the melody. Alright, so now you know the elements of the mix. And what I will start with is that I'll start with the bass. And let's see what we have here. I'll just turn down the faders on the others. Like we saw earlier, we have a good level. It's peaking at -5 approximately. So I'll just turn down the fader just a bit, and let's see what we have here spectrum wise. Okay, so this is an electronic bass, so it won't have similar structure as electric bass or acoustic bass. So an electric bass would have a peak here, then a valley, and then slight peak here, which is the peak attack. But since we don't have that, let's just go with what we have. And what I will start with is the Waves Low Air. I just got this and I really liked how it worked in the bass. So let's check it. As you can hear, it brings up the boom boom, the meat of the bass. So let's keep it like that. All right, and then let's control the dynamics just a bit. This is the Waves CLA 1176 compressor. And like on normal compressors, here the fast is at 7 and slow is at 1. Okay, we get a bit of distortion, which is kind of cool. So let's add a limiter after that. And then let's put an EQ. And I think if we drop this frequency just a bit, we get a bit more low end. Yep, somewhere around here it's masking the low end. No, without it. And let's put a high pass filter on, and then a low shelf. Okay, so now we have a low end foundation for the song. And I kind of like how it sounds. Then let's go to, for the drums. So this is a stereo mix. So I won't be having separate elements, which is kind of cool. And what we have here is that the kick is here and the snare low end is here. So let's high pass this at around 50 Hz. And I will use EQ that has a resonant low end, so it will boost the low end when it comes to the right spot. So about 60 Hz, sounds cool. And without it, it's a subtle difference, but it's cool. Alright, then I wanted to have a bit more smack, so I'll use envelope shaper. So dynamics and envelope shaper. And yep, sounds kind of cool. Then let's turn down the output volume just a bit. And without it, it gives you the nice smack on the face. And let's add the release just a bit more. Alright, now we have a bit more sustain also. And then let's also add another CLA76. I really like this compressor, if you haven't noticed. And let's try the same thing. First super fast attack and fast release, and then let's open it just a bit more. Yep, it's letting in the kick. Alright. As we can see from the levels, we are shooting a bit over, but let's just turn down the fader. And it doesn't matter if it sounds a bit pumping, because the drums are like that. It sounds, some pumping is sometimes really good. Okay, I like the relation between those two. So let's move on to the melody. So since this is kind of lead sound, we want it really in your face. So let's check what we have here and what we are working with. So basically, we don't need that because we have the bass and the drums here. So let's high pass it at about 150. Oops, this is the music bus. Let's do it on the melody bus. So high pass. So not much difference there, so let's just keep it like that. Okay, looks good. So then let's compress it just a bit, so that, because some of the notes are a bit quieter. Let's hear it in the mix. I really like the Renaissance box because it brings out the element a bit more in your face. So now I want some movement to the lead, so I'll use a delay. I have really like this one, so let's try it out. Okay, but it might be a bit too wide, so I'll just pan it just a bit more center. If you don't know, you can change the panning from here. Just right click on the panner. It says stereo dual panner, and the basic default settings is the stereo balance panner. So let's put it about here. Just a bit more closer to the center. So then it doesn't sound super wide in the headphones. And then let's move to the organ. And as you might have heard earlier, it has a bit of a problem because it has a lot of spectral content. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 12 or 10 octaves of stuff, but we don't really need that stuff in the low end, and we could maybe drop it here a bit, so maybe around 250. So let's start with an EQ. I'll use Q10. So high pass filter first. Okay, as we heard, doesn't make much difference. Except when it's alone. But we are listening to the whole mix. There is not much difference there. Okay, so then let's dip, try if we can dip something there, because it's really wide and it's clashing with the melody part. So I'll take one band and make it super wide, and then let's sweep it around. First I'll boost it, and then I can hear what is clashing with the melody, and then I'll cut it. So around here is what is blocking the mix from the melody. So I'll just turn it down from the organ. Around there, and then let's have a high shelf so we can retain some of the presence up there. Okay, sounds kind of cool. Let's listen to the whole mix. Alright, so basically we just gave all the instruments their own spot in the sound field. We have the bass at the low, and the drums are punching in with a fast transient attack, and then the organ is right after the bass, and then the melody is right above the organ. So if we check the spectral relation, so here is the bass. Alright, and here we have the organ. So they are crossing over at around 150 Hz. So let's put this graph to memory, and here we have the melody. So if we would want, maybe we could dip it down at 800 Hz or 700 Hz. So let's do that and see if it makes it better or worse. it seems that the pleasant sound is there, so let's keep it that way. So let's quickly just check what is the difference between the original and the mixed version. Because the point of mixing is that you don't make any damage. So if it sounds better when I bypass the plugins, it means that I have failed as a mixer. Okay, so the plugins are now bypassed. And let's turn them on. And let's reset them again. Anyway, I hope you found this tutorial interesting and how to pocket each element to their own spot in the spectral space. And thank you for watching and make good music.